Welcome to Liège Bastogne Liège 2022. It's the 108th edition of cycling's oldest monument, La Doyenne. No Côte de Forge this year because of last year's flooding, otherwise the route is unchanged. 257 kilometres, 10 climbs, 4,500 metres of elevation gain. Now things normally kick off on the last two climbs, the Côte de la Redoute and the Côte de la Roche-aux-Faucons, which tops out with just over 13k to go. The big news before the race, no Tadej Pogačar. He wouldn't be defending his title, pulling out for personal reasons, but plenty of big favourites on the start line, including Julian Alaphilippe and Wout van Aert. Local legend Philippe Gilbert also hoping to enjoy his Liège swan song.
C'est vrai que ça fait déjà.
Over the past few years I've been right up there in this race. I'm ready and I really hope I can win it. We've got a strong team and with Remco we'll see what we can do in the final. It's not going to be easy, we know that, but we're really up for it.
Et on le sait, mais en tout cas on est très motivés.
I think for me it's maybe the most easy classic to ride. I just have to try and follow. It will be hard of course, but it's not much tactic about it. I think I'm not the guy who has to attack. So yeah, try to follow the best climbers and if that's possible then yeah, we'll end up in the final.
Ça a toujours été une course importante pour moi. Liège Bastogne Liège, c'est la course.
Liège Bastogne Liège has always been an important race for me. It goes through the town where I was born, Remco, with the Côte de la Redoute. So I've always watched the race, and when I was a junior, I used to record it and watch it on Sunday night. I've always loved it. I'm really happy to have won it at least once because it means a great deal to me.
C'est quelque chose qui représente beaucoup pour moi.
Well, the peloton rattled through the first hour of racing, covering 46 kilometres as a group of 11 riders went clear. They would open up a maximum gap of 6.5 minutes. Three teams with multiple riders up front, including three from Bingo Alpal's sources, Kenny Molly, Marco Tizza and Luc Weertgen, who was in the break at Flèche-Wallonne on Wednesday. Two men from Total Energies, Fabien Dubé and Paul Orselin, and two from Lotto Soudal, Sylvain Moniquet and Han van Houke. Bruno Armorai from Groupama FDJ up there for the second time this week, along with Jakob Hinsgaard from UNOX, Baptiste Plancart from Intermarché and Pau Mikel from the wildcard team at Kern Pharma, riding their very first monument. Plenty of teams taking turns on the front of the peloton. Bahrain victorious, Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl, Jumbo-Visma, Bora Hansgrohe and Movistar, so the gap soon began to tumble. On the Mur de Stocker, the fifth of the 10 climbs, the breakaway began to splinter. Tizza, Plancart and Molly all going backwards, the latter frequently undone by gear problems. Well, Bahrain and Quick-Step still working hard in the bunch. There were 6 men left at the front as they hit the Côte de la Haute-Levée. Armorai, Moniquet, Van Houke, Dubé, Orselin and Weertgen. They still had 3 minutes in hand as they prepared to hit the final part of the course. There was then a moment of drama with 62k remaining, an enormous crash in the main peloton. Several big names were caught up in it, starting with the world champion Julian Alaphilippe, who would be forced to abandon the race. Alejandro Valverde was held up, but he managed to get back to the front group, still being led by the Bahrain victorious team of Dylan Teuns and Matej Mohoric. The gap dropping below 3 minutes heading into the final 50k with 3 climbs remaining, and next up was the Côte de Digny. Between the crash and the sheer difficulty of the race, the peloton had been thinned down and Bahrain victorious were looking to make things even harder. Mikel Landa attacking several times, but Bora Hansgrohe and Jumbo-Visma quickly had riders on his wheel. Carlos Verona working on behalf of Valverde, Sepp Kuss was up there for Van Aert. Rudy Mollard also on the move again after his impressive 8th place at Flèche-Wallonne. The riders in the main peloton being whittled down as they made their way towards the Côte de la Redoute. Well, Armorai would prove to be the strongest of the breakaway riders, but his lead was down to just a minute at the summit when Remco Evenepoel decided to light things up. An absolutely blistering attack coming up from the Belgian on La Redoute as he surged clear of the rest. No reaction from his rivals as Evenepoel began to hoover up riders from the breakaway. The Belgian eventually caught Armorai with 21.5k remaining. They had around 30 seconds on a chase group being led by Movistar, with only La Roche-aux-Faucons to go. The gap holding steady as Evenepoel went solo. Armouret unable to stay with the turbocharged 22-year-old, and he still had 30 seconds at the final summits. Well, finally a bit of action back in the peloton as Mike Woods attacked, followed by Dylan Teuns and Danny Martinez. Wout van Aert was starting to struggle a little bit. And after a brief lull, Alexander Vlasov tried his luck, but he was never going to catch a time trial specialist like Evenepoel. He was already celebrating on the run into Liège, and the local fans prepared to welcome the first Belgian winner since Philippe Gilbert in 2011.
Remco Evenepoel as Liège crown the wonder kid of Belgium as he takes his first monument victory. Remco Evenepoel turns around the season for Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl, a solo victory of incredible proportions. This is the next group on the road. Wout van Aert is going to do it. Is he going to get it on the line?
1-2 with Hermans there.
Wow.
1-2 for Belgium.
What a day for Remco Evenepoel, winning his favourite race in his very first participation. It felt like a passing of the torch for Belgian cycling, with Evenepoel winning his first monument on the day that Gilbert rode his last Liège Bastogne Liège. Rem Cocorico has also saved Quick-Step's classic season after a supersonic display on La Redoute. It's my first Liège Bastogne Liège and I managed to win. It's absolutely incredible. It's really a dream come true. I felt fantastic today. I think it was my best day of the season. When I got to La Redoute, I wanted to set off a bomb, and that's what I did. And I managed to keep it going all the way to the finish line. For the first time since 1976, there was a Belgian 1-2-3 at Liège Bastogne Liège. Evenepoel coming in 48 seconds clear of his compatriots Quinten, Hermans and Wout van Aert, followed by two Colombians, Danny Martinez and Sergio Higuita. Well, it was the day Remco Evenepoel came of age with the biggest of his 26 professional victories to date, and he's only just getting started. Thanks for watching and join us again next time.